Hi, I'm Amy, thank you for tuning in. Once again, my TBR video is coming really late because again I've been working on Mina and the Cult edits. It's now starting to look like a real book, which is really exciting, and I've been able to see it designed up for the first time. So I've seen what all the lovely pages look like, and Becky Chilcott as usual has done a great job with that. So it's been an exciting month for editing. I've already done a little bit of reading because we're halfway through the month already. My TBR looks a little bit different this December from normal because usually I try to read lots of wintry books and Christmassy books, books that celebrate different holidays. But this year I've been asked to do a few blurb requests for other authors, which is really lovely, that my quote might be used on their book or in the book or in social media and things like that. But because of that, I haven't chosen a particularly festive TBR pal. So I'm going to go through the stack and I'll let you know as I go along which ones I've read a little bit so far and give you a hint of what I think of them. So first up, I'm reading this one for a blurb request, Lie or Die. This is a really interesting idea. It is about a group of teenagers who have been picked to take part in a reality TV show based on a game called Mafia, I think the game is, where the teenagers play it together at their homes, and then this version of the game has been kind of created on a larger scale for TV, and it says 10 strangers trapped in television studio, 42 remote cameras, 5 dead bodies, 1 rule, trust no one. A dark way thriller, perfect for fans of The Traitors, which I think is a TV show. I've been so bad and behind with TV this year. So this one is really good so far. I'm enjoying it. It's one of those kind of great, really tense YA thrillers where you don't know who to trust, as it said on the back. So I'll let you know full review when I've actually finished it. I interviewed this author at Yalk, and because I was added onto the panel quite late, I didn't get a chance to read all the books beforehand as I usually would. So I started this one to give me a sense of what it was about, and I just loved the writing, so I thought I need to prioritise this and get it onto my TBR pile. So hopefully I'm going to read this one soon. I have actually picked up a wintry book, and it's a really chunky one, so I think it may take me the whole of winter to read. But it's an anthology, and that's what I like with anthologies, that you can dip in and out of them. This has got some of my favourite adult horror authors in it, like Stephen Graham Jones, Alma Katsu, and as you can see on the front, loads of other good people attached to it. And I'll just show the back, and if you want to pause you can. This one is a Winter Solstice anthology, Christmas and Other Horrors, and it just says it's a chilling collection of solstice horror. So hopefully by the end of January I should work through this. I will just be dipping in and out of it as I feel like something scary to read. I've also started reading this one but had to abandon it because all the blurb requests kind of swamped me. But this is amazing. I love Andrina Cordani's YA books. She wrote one called The Girl Who and one called Dead Lucky, both of which are excellent. This is her adult debut, and it is a locked room mystery where a group of very privileged university students years ago were playing a murder mystery game at a dinner party, and one of them went missing, presumed dead now after all this time. And the group have got back together because, you know, nothing brings people together at Christmas like a murder mystery game, and they're going to play another game, and it seems like things again are going to go badly wrong. And the writing is great so far. I'm really intrigued by the mystery. I just hope I get a chance to get this one read before before the end of the month and it's not Christmassy anymore. This is one that I have finished this month. It's called Blood Flowers by Jay McGuinness. I'm not going to say too much about it because I will mention it fully in my wrap up, but I really enjoyed this one. It is set in a world where in a very small town people grow these red flowers that are used throughout this whole country, and the Queen comes to visit, and all sorts of things unfold. I really liked the fact that this has touches of horror in it. It is a fantasy, but it's one of those fantasies that not so high fantasy that you can't follow it if you're not a big fantasy fan. Like I said, I'll give a full review, but I did enjoy reading this one. Next up we have the YA Book Club pick, You Better Watch Out. I've just started reading this one because I am going to be interviewing the author soon, which is exciting. This is about a school who do Secret Santas, and a girl starts receiving her Secret Santas every day in December, but they get increasingly sinister as the month goes on. This was picked by the book club. It's not an author that I know much about, Sarah Norton. She's written adult books before, but I haven't read any of those. So I'm excited to get more into this one. I'm also buddy reading this one, Totally Deceased, with my lovely friend Ashlyn O'Loughlin, who wrote Big Bad Me. She's been very patient with me because we started reading this last month and I've had to put it down at points to get on with life stuff and book stuff. I'll just read you the blurb of this one. It says 17-year-old Jess wakes from an emergency heart transplant to discover she's been haunted by the disgruntled ghost of her donor, teenage socialite Tilly, and she won't leave Jess in peace until they unravel the mysteries surrounding her death. I won't say too much because I'm going to review it properly. This one is a really funny comedy. The mystery is exciting, it's twisty, and there've been a couple of reveals so far that I've enjoyed, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes. And finally, this one might be one of my books of the year. This is The Gathering by CJ Tudor. It's her take on vampires. It's set in a remote town in Alaska. A detective who specialises in vampires goes to investigate a murder, and a lot is riding on it because if she determines that it's a vampire, then a whole community of vampires who live near this town will be killed. They'll be killed like animals. I'm not going to say much, but I love CJ Tudor's writing. This one is extremely gripping. I've only got a little tiny bit of the book left, so I can't wait to finish this, and I will let you know in full what it's like next month. This one comes out in April, I think it is. It doesn't actually say in the book. Oh yeah, it does say in the book on the spine, April 2024. So I definitely recommend adding this to your list if you're a fan of CJ Tudor's or adult horror. This one is great. And that's it. I feel that this is a massively ambitious pile because of how much I've got to read this month. There's one more thing actually that I need to add. I'm reading, I always forget to mention Kindle books. I'm reading Over Emotional on my Kindle by David Fenn. The sequel's coming out next year and I'm excited to read that, so I thought I'd better get to the first book. It's about a boy who, the book starts and he kisses somebody and their head explodes. And he finds that he's known for a while that he's got powers that are linked to his emotions, and they tend to do strange things when he's feeling heightened emotions. And they've really kind of come to a peak where he can't control them anymore, so he runs away. His best friend and a group of other people go after him, and absolute chaos unfolds. I've just started reading this one and I'm really enjoying it as well. It's been a great reading month so far. So I'll be able to give you a full roundup in my wrap up at the end of the month. So you can see, because I have been reading books kind of on request, I've ended up starting some and finished and like having to put others down. And because of edits, I've ended up, like with Andrina's book, fully intending to read it and then some edits dropped, so I had to work on them. So I think I'm halfway through most of the books on this pile, which isn't what I normally do. I normally have a couple of books on the go, but not quite to this extent. So let me know in the comments if you're excited about any of these books, if you've read them, if you think there is one that I should prioritise, because obviously, as you can see, the pile has got quite chaotic. As always, likes and subscribes are really appreciated. Also, let me know in the comments if there is a festive book that you are excited to read. And I'll see if I can add any of those to my pile, because at Christmas I should have, over the Christmas holidays, a little bit of time to read. So always recommendations are appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!